So hi, I'm Christine and this is Imogen, and Imogen's 16. So our story is 16 years ago we found out there was something wrong with Imogen. At 3 months we went to the child and maternal health nurse and she said she's not meeting her milestones. So my whole world was turned upside down. Didn't know what the condition was, but as we went along we found out that she had a muscle condition which the neurologist has called Schwartz-Jampel syndrome. The support that I really needed was for us as a family rather than just for Imogen. So the care that I got was respite or care for Imogen, but what I really needed was support for the whole family when we were going through the system of diagnosis. We're spending a lot of time in hospital. I really needed care for my older daughter because she was getting carted around the hospital system. She could spell paediatrician before she was 3, all that sort of thing. So we're now rolling into the NDIS, National Disability Insurance Scheme, and we've got a package which means that I can get supports in for Imogen so that I can go to work and that Imogen can do different things. People are saying that, there's a lot of conjecture about NDIS. Now with NDIS, I can think about having an almost normal life. And one of the things that I wanted to do as a normal mother was to go to work. I did get back into work. I found 1 day a week job, and what I found from that was that it wasn't about the money, it was about me feeling part of the community. It was about me feeling valued. If there's something that I can advise people to do rolling into the NDIS, that would be to get prepared, to understand the language. We won't have all the services, but there'll be different services. So where people previously might have got respite, now it'll be called something different. But for me, I don't care what it's called, but we're getting supports and we can get out there and do stuff. So while Imogen's going to be supported, I can go out and do some respiteful things, if you like, so she can be supported and I can do those things like go to work. And it's also important that I spend time with her sister. And one of the things that was different was they didn't ask me what services I wanted, they asked me what were my goals. So if I can say to people, think about what your goals are, think about what it might look like in the future, think about how you might want it to be as a normal family, and talk about those goals, because when you go and talk to the planning people, they really like it when you talk about the goals, when you talk about how you might build independence. So as a carer, build independence for Imogen. There was just something different about the care that they provided. Maybe there was a different cohort as well of children that she was with. But I know that she likes going to a respite house. I know that she likes going to the one where Tipping managed. I know that she didn't so much like the other one because when I picked her up, she wasn't smiling. Although she doesn't talk, you can see in her face what she likes. And she comes home from Tipping smiling, and also when I go and pick her up there, I know the other kids are sort of interactive with her and she likes that. So the way I judge an organisation is the way they work through the problems and if they're interactive and can work through those issues. So we have had a couple of little hiccups, if you like, but we've managed to work through those issues. And I'm sure it's, not unique to Tipping, but one of the things that's more unique, I guess, is that they were willing to work through those and have a conversation about it. I think it's important to, especially when she doesn't, Imogen's not verbal, that we can work through issues and come to a better understanding and a better service. One of my goals was for her to be more independent, and as I said before, even though before we even rolled in and I was starting to think about doing things differently, then I was looking at different services. So for example, Imogen was going to a gym program, so I would get a support worker to take her to the gym program, and I noticed that she was healthier and had a better outlook and was more vibrant, like rather than just hang around the home, she was getting to go out and actually do this gym program. So my goal in the longer term is for her to be more independent in having support workers, having support here or whether it be at a respite house, so that I can live a more normal life and she can get out and interact with the community. So it's not all dependent on me. Yeah, she does have favourite support workers. That's a bit of a sore point because I think she likes one of the support workers better than me. She does. She smiles at her and she sings to her and plays with her and all that, whereas Mum has to do some of the, therapy and stretching and stuff. A support worker, and when she sees a support worker, she smiles. She doesn't do that for me, do you? But I also found with tipping that they had support workers who just came in and rolled their sleeves up and said, it's okay. I particularly remember one night when we were about to go out and the support worker walked in and she went, I got this. And I just went, oh. So that's our story, I guess. I'm looking forward to accessing the community, being more like a normal family, Imogen being more independent and living a more normal life.